The most incredible thing about putting it together was I found so much stuff I didn't know I had. You know, I'd like to thank two assistants I've had over the years who put it in hanging bags and in boxes and in trunks, and it was like, you know, in several places on the planet, and we pulled it all together. But I did not personally think, oh, I've got to save that, I've got to do this, I've got to look after it. Sort of, you know, sort of tossed aside in many ways, a lot of it. But when we started looking, and what we found was incredible. And, you know, I'd like to mention that we were looking through stuff and putting it away, and, you know, lots of other people were helping us out. And then I had these two boxes from my mother. My mother died in '86, and I took these two boxes away, and I did not open them till last year. I thought, well, we better look in there. And it was like Aladdin's cave. I mean, she had, I mean, first of all, the great letter I love from Rory Storm, shows you what it was like in those days. He's written to me to tell me we're playing on Thursday night. Because he didn't have these, and we didn't have a phone. And so he says, we're playing Thursday night at the Jive Hive. I'll bring your cymbals and your money. And so, of course, I went. Because I didn't have a car. It was very difficult for a drummer in those days. We didn't have a car. And I'd take the snare drum to the gigs. And I'd beg a drummer who got his whole kit there, let's use your kit, man. You know, I'd use my snare and his kit. And sometimes they said yes, and sometimes they said no. And then when I did get a car and would be able to take my kit to the venues, other drummers would ask me, can I use your kit, man? I said, sure. And just for the musicians in the audience, I said to some guy, yeah, you can use the kit. And he sat on the drum stool, and he put his foot on the beater of the bass drum beater. It was like he thought he was starting a motorbike. And so I just said, no, excuse me. Get off. But anyway, that's how it was. And I don't know what else to say. I think I'll just wait for the questions. I'm real happy that we have this exhibit. You know, I thank Barbara, Bruce Sugar, Sound, Brent Carpenter, Scotty photographed everything for us. I mean, a lot of people are involved. I'd like to say I did it all, but I got a lot of help. So I'm just going to wait for someone to ask me a question. Your hands up.
Yes, I'm wondering if you can just talk about what it means to see your work here and to have an exhibit here at the Grammy Museum in your name.
What it means here, we should have someone going around with a mic. What it means here to have an exhibit here at the Grammy Museum, well, it's the only place, isn't it? I'm a musician. It should be here. I mean, we had a drum in the Metropole a couple of years ago in New York, and that's about it as far as, you know. I don't know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame had a couple of my pieces, so, but the Grammy was an exact place for me. I thought, yeah, I can do it in honesty here because it is the Grammy Museum and it's music, and so that's what I do. I play music.